Hello! Today we'll be presenting another video in a multi-part series explaining everything about the new COVID vaccines. Today's topic is about how the new COVID-19 vaccines work. We will go over what type of vaccines they are, how they work, and how the COVID vaccine protects you from the coronavirus. There are currently two vaccines created by the companies Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna that have been approved for use in the United States as of the making of this video. Both of these vaccines are mRNA vaccines and require you to get a total of 2 doses spaced 3 to 4 weeks apart. In order to understand how these vaccines work, we'll have to go over what mRNA is. But first, let's talk about DNA. You've probably heard about DNA. You can think of it as sort of the master blueprint for your body. To explain it simply, it has all the instructions for creating your proteins, your enzymes, everything that your body must create every single day in order to survive. The only problem is, you don't need the DNA blueprint for your entire body when you're just trying to make one specific thing. This is where mRNA comes in. Whenever your body needs to make a protein, it finds the part of your DNA that contains the instructions for that protein and copies the instructions for how to make just that specific protein. This copy of your DNA is what we call mRNA. Your body then sends this mRNA to your body's protein makers, and they follow the mRNA's instructions to create that specific protein. So, let's summarize this using an analogy. You have DNA. This is the blueprint for your entire self. You can think of it sort of like the blueprint for how to build an entire house. But we don't need the entire house right now. We just want to know how to build, let's say, a window. So you copy just the part of your blueprint that has the instructions for building a window. This small segment of copied DNA is mRNA. We send these instructions off to your builders and they follow the instructions to build the window. So, how does the COVID vaccine fit into all of this? The COVID vaccine is, like we mentioned earlier, an mRNA vaccine. It's full of mRNA, which, like we just talked about, are the instructions for building a specific item. And when you receive a COVID vaccine, all of the mRNA in the vaccine have instructions for building something called a spike protein. The spike protein is something unique to the coronavirus. You can think of it as sort of like a criminal's mugshot. Basically, the spike protein is something that your body can use to identify the virus, but is harmless on its own. Just like how a mugshot of a criminal can't hurt you, a spike protein by itself can't hurt your body. But now your body knows what to keep an eye out for. As a result, your body is now able to identify and destroy the coronavirus the moment it enters your body before it has a chance to multiply and make you sick. And that is the basics of how the COVID vaccine works.